Damn. Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back. Brandon again. I'm here on the newest piece of equipment for the home gym, and this is a Schwinn AG4, I think. So it's an Airdyne bike. You guys probably have seen some of these. Probably not as old as this particular one is, but it was a great deal and I couldn't pass it up. And it kind of begs the question is, why would I want to get, number one, a cardio piece of equipment? And also, why would I want to get one that's predominantly known for CrossFit? And why would I get one that's this old and looks like this? So a couple of answers there for you. Number one of the things that I've noticed recently as I started to wear an activity tracker, which you may or may not see in one of these videos coming up, depending on if it ever gets approved, is that my overall activity level, besides training, is extremely low. And I think a big part of that is obviously because I work from home most of the time these days. I also train at home, and 5 days out of the week, I really don't have a reason to leave my house. So I don't go very many places besides up and down the stairs and into my basement, and powerlifting is not necessarily the best form of cardio. So even though I can lift a decent amount of weight, going up and down a couple of flights of stairs leaves me winded, and that's not something I want. So I want to increase my overall cardio activity level. And I really do enjoy this bike because number one, it works your legs. Number two, it works your arms, and you can really vary the intensity really quickly and easily as compared to something like the treadmill that I own that you have to relate and rely on a motor to do that. And this is just a little bit easier on my old man joints. So number one, that's why I wanted to add a piece of cardio equipment. Number two, it's predominantly used for CrossFit. Are you doing CrossFit? No, I'm not. But it was funny because a couple of weeks ago when I showed you guys the deadlift platform and the box squat, everyone thought I was going to be doing conjugate because I bought a bunch of stuff that the people at Westside use. It's just I'm buying things for this home gym that I want to use and are enjoyable to me. And this is something that I always liked. They had it at the last gym I went to. Rest in peace, it no longer is open to the public. But even though this thing is very old, which I'll get to in just a second, it is a great piece of equipment, again, to help get warmed up, or if you want to do some type of interval training, it's just the perfect thing to do it on. Now, as far as the age of this goes, a couple of things. This is an older model, obviously, as you can tell by how it's constructed, and also the color choice on here, and the monitor, which is now a nice yellowish color, I think was probably at one point this lighter off-white or light gray, whatever you want to call it. It's very similar to like the Super Nintendos back in the day that eventually turned yellow. All my gamer friends out there might know what I'm talking about. But they don't really make them like metal anymore like this. A lot of them are in plastic pieces now and are probably more expensive. So I got this off Craigslist. I paid $100, which I think is a pretty good deal. There's obviously people out there that can get them for a lot cheaper depending on where you find them. But a new bike like this, like for example the one that Rogue just released, retails for $750. Some of the other bikes out there that are heavier duty retail for even higher. And I didn't want to spend that much on a piece of cardio type equipment, especially when this one does a fantastic job. And I actually think this one's in really good shape. Now obviously the color isn't perfect, but there's very little rust and grime on here. I will probably be cleaning it up some. I ordered some stuff in order to do that. I'll definitely be changing out the chain as well. But it's tough to find these older bikes where you don't have, a lot of the handles cracking or falling off. This one still has the end caps in on them. Everything looks like it's in decent shape. The monitor works perfectly, and it's a digital monitor, not an analog one. Not a very fancy digital monitor, but it's a digital monitor. So for $100, you can't really go wrong, especially considering in this era, even bikes like this in this shape are selling for like $300 to $400 still. So if you're in the market for something, I would highly encourage something like this, an older Airdyne bike, especially you can find them secondhand. This particular one belonged to an older gentleman, even older than I was. It has a bunch of cobwebs on it still. I need to clean it like I mentioned, but it really can't be knocked for how great a shape it's in and how great a shape this can get you in. So I may or may not have some videos in the future on it. I'll definitely, like I said, be replacing the chain. There's also a lot of people on the home gym Reddit community that take these and restore them and paint them differently. So I might look into that and upgrading some of the things like the seat, for example, because right now the seat is made for, I would say, soccer moms with big flat pancake butts. Maybe some of the pedals. Obviously, I mentioned the chain already. But I'm excited to use this, and I'm going to use it. It'd be a great way, again, to help me warm up, which I'm currently not doing anything on. I won't have to do a ton of time on it because you can do high-intensity training quite easily. And that's about it. I thought you guys should know, so when you see it in the corner, you don't make fun of me. well, at least you can make fun of me with some context. So in the meantime, as always, thanks for watching and stay big.